on this episode of Bot versus Con.
A lot. I mean, they would be over-engineering it for the purpose of just over-engineering.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't either.
They're just pulling stuff out of the woodwork to hopefully one day come out with this in 6 years.
I can't necessarily deny that. The first thing I thought about, because I was actually looking at the gun as well, and all I kept thinking of is it's like it shoots plungers. Well, I don't like the gray going into the green on the foot.
The word I would use is messy.
In MP size, I'd be like, okay, let me go ahead and grab it.
Not completed yet. No, really. This was always my favorite one because I had it as a kid, the only one I had as a kid. So I will definitely be picking this one up by itself. And maybe the whole set just because.
I'm so happy that we're getting this in the MP scale.
This is Bot versus Con. Make sure to subscribe and consider becoming a member.
Hey, welcome back, BVC fans. As always, I am Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con, and this is Bot versus Con, where your voice is heard.
And we are back from a long weekend at TFCon, so I'm sure we'll probably talk about that a little bit. But before we get into that, I want to say thank you to our official sponsor, The Chosen Prime, where we spent a lot of time with, and hence I'm wearing my shirt today. I want to say thank you for them. Thank you to our members. Really enjoyed meeting some of you at lunch in LA. That was really, really cool. Some of the subscribers that we also got a chance to meet, take some pictures with. Really appreciate everything that you guys do for us. And with that, we'll go ahead and jump into the news. What do you say?
I think you had something to show off first.
Okay, well, I guess I will show off. So upon coming back, a lot of people picked up our prints, and my lady actually had the print framed for me and waiting when I got home. So we do have some available if anybody still wants to pick up some. Also, we did have some pre-orders. Those will be going out this week. And again, really appreciate everything you guys have done to support the channel. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the news.
Yes, now we're ready. And some of this stuff is a little old. But first, we have Toylanta, which is coming up, which I think you can meet Bobby at.
Yes, I will be there. So let me know who else is going. Maybe we can decide a time to meet up. I was planning on going on Saturday, and actually got a chance to see Michael Charles Hill again. He's in the second or the third row on second to the last. He was at TFCon.
He's going to be there too. Oh, that's cool.
Yes, he was in LA for TFCon, and he was also in Baltimore. So he did remember us. So that was kind of cool. But looking forward to seeing him again.
Yeah. So let us know if you're going. This is a little old, but we didn't talk about it. We've got the new TFCon exclusive, which did sell out at the show, I think in 1 or 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken, or at least their stock they had there. Expect a review on this soon, so I'm going to keep the thoughts to myself. But I think this tape surprised you more than me because you were expecting Ram.
I was expecting anything but this. I did not see this coming. They also had a special combo pack that you could get, and that also sold out really, really fast.
That sold out on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
more about that soon.
Yes. So stay tuned. It looks really good, and we'll talk about it more when we review it. Yep.
Next up, Alvin Reyes showed off his oversized Unicron head, and I still think this is too. You think it's a planet; it's still too small. But I think this would be an amazing part of your collection. Just take out those things in the center of the room, put that there, put a little shelves so you can have people flying around and fighting them.
That thing is humongous. I am upset that I didn't get to see it in person. I do wish, we were just so busy in LA, but that looks amazing.
Yes, I agree. They also showed this off, the customizing class. I think this was right after we were done recording. I think this is a phenomenal interpretation of the character. It's just not a particular character I want. And that human head, while it looks good, I don't like it on my Transformers, and that's not going to be the only time you hear me say that on this episode.
Yeah, this isn't for my collection, but I guess if you like these figures, it's great. We know one of our members, shout out to Blue, got the custom figure, and I'm sure he's happy painting that.
Yeah, I mean the colors look good, and like I said, I think it is a good representation of a transforming Sumdeck. I think that was her name. I don't remember why she was a transformer, but I don't think I've ever watched animated complete, just from the Saturday morning cartoons when I was a kid. So let us know what you think of these exclusives and whatnot. Expect a review coming soon with the last one, and we'll be right back with Just Announced.
Definitely.
Moving on to Just Announced. First, we have Robosen. They showed off the Bumblebee's coming out. They didn't show it off, but I guess the image of this JPEG said Bumblebee, Robosen Bumblebee, the URL, and then they also filed for FCC images or FCC filings for Bumblebee. So that's yellow eyes. It's going to be Bumblebee. It even looks like the nose right there. What are your thoughts, since you will be the one who picks this up?
Well, I had a chance to talk with them in LA. They were there, and we'll have some information more on this because it's going to get announced on the 27th of March, and we will be having Logan from Robosen on the show. So stay tuned for that. I think that it is going to be okay. I know they did the non-transforming one before, so yes. I guess this will be a transforming one, and hopefully it looks really good. Hopefully it's the G1 and...
if you look at the face, that looks like the G1 face.
It does.
Unless they're pulling the bait and switch.
Yes.
But I don't think they're doing that.
Yeah. I don't either. So I'm very curious about the price.
And the size.
Not to mention if it's going to, the Grimlock was more expensive, or excuse me, had more going on in terms of rotors and electronics and things like that. So I wonder if they've added those. Are they continuing to upgrade as they go to these newer figures?
I think that was due to his size and complexity. I think this is turning into a box is easier than turning into a walking dinosaur.
Sure, I can see that, but
we'll see. Well, that's a question we'll have to ask him. Moving on, Trumpeter showed off. Trumpeter and Hobby Boss showed off Micro Operation Deformed Series mode. Optimus Prime from Bumblebee. This actually looks kind of cool. I like how round the head looks compared to what we are used to seeing for any Prime, including the Bumblebee one. If I was to see this in a Nemesis color for, $10 at Hobby Lobby, I'd pick it up. I don't know how much this is going to be, but, $10 at Hobby Lobby they got me for Nemesis color.
I don't think it's going to be $10, but...
I know that their kits are relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, I thought this looked good as well. I thought the chest looked like the viewfinders from when I was a kid. The red things.
They do. Yeah.
So I think it looks cool too, though.
Yeah, you should get it. I know you like the little Earth globe thing.
I do like the Earth globe, but I don't think I'll be getting it.
Next up, Funbee Studios showed off a Funbee Studios themed cyber key, which looks like it would actually fit right in with the other cyber keys. So this looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this is all you. It looks fine. It's cool that they have their design on it, which is really cool. But I don't think I would be looking at it.
I wouldn't print it either. So I only want cyber keys if they have the functionality.
Yeah, I don't really engage in the cyber key thing.
You didn't, but you weren't collecting during Cybertron, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Here we got Sparkplug. I don't know if it's scaled down to fit this, but I would just go pick up the original Sparkplug versus this one.
I haven't looked to see how much the originals are, but I think it's kind of cool. There's seems more and more people are 3D printing stuff, and this is kind of cool. I don't like Sparkplug. I don't think you like Sparkplug either. Neither one of us picked up this Legacy Armada Prime, or Armada Prime. So
right. Yeah.
I don't think it's for us either way. But I don't it's just say I don't think anyone has ever made a good spark plug.
That's my thing. I think of, not saying Fans Hobby didn't, but if somebody put the time in to maybe make it transform a little bit better and not have these rail thin legs and these ginormous feet, I think we would actually be in on it. But like Fans Hobbies, how they like move and then you have the pegs sticking out. You know, it's not the best. But
yeah.
Either which way, you could get a spark plug to go with your Legacy. I don't remember which one it is. Legacy. Yeah. Tim Hedda showed off something for you. We got the Blockies Wheeljack conversion kits.
I think this is cool. It's not for me, but this is really cool. And yeah, I don't have really much to say on that. I think it looks good.
Yeah, I agree. I do think the feet do a phenomenal job making it look more like Wheeljack.
Yes.
Yeah. He also showed off blocky stands. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Next, Dr. Wu showed off Shattered Glass Cliff Jumper and Shattered Glass Shockwave, which this will not be the only Shattered Glass Shockwave we see on this episode. Again, these all look good. I like that Cliff Jumper color scheme with the bright pink and the blue. I have it in another color as a different character than Cliff Jumper. And the Shockwave actually looks nice. I like that it looks different from the Newage version, which, spoilers, is the one we'll be talking about a little bit later.
Yeah, isn't this the Iron... Did you get the Iron Factory version of this or something?
Yeah, it was the Iron Factory Cliff Jumper that I repurposed as another mini-bot.
Yeah, when we were in Chicago or something like that, I think.
I don't remember when.
But yeah, so I won't be picking these up. I think they look fine. Just probably going to be way too small.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is all for you though. We got X-Transbot's MX68 Slug Slinger. Can't see much because of how bright the plastic is, and they you could tell they showed a light right on it. But from what I see, I'm liking it.
I'm loving it like McDonald's. I'm in for both of these. I saw they also showed a video of it in alt mode as a test model.
You mean these pictures?
Yes, and it looks really good. It looks like what I remember. Also with these, I don't see them making these too complicated to transform because it's not a lot. I mean, they would be over engineering it for the purpose of just over engineering.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I wouldn't either.
But I do hope these are fairly simple to transform, kind of like the Dante, which I believe that's the utility trucks, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Those were pretty... The one I have is pretty simple to transform. There's some cool little things here and there just to spruce it up a little bit, but it's not crazy besides the collapsing ladder, which is a little annoying, but not hard. It's not hard. Once you get the hang of it and do it once or twice, you're fine. And I can see that with these. I think these look really good. I'll probably be in on them just because I want these characters, but I kind of want to use you as a test subject to see the quality before I go all in.
No. You don't want to do that, do you?
Oh, definitely. Definitely. If it's not you, it'll be the community. And then, this figure's actually good. All right, I'll get it. I'll get it.
Yeah. I'm all in on these, and I'm hoping like the Misfire comes out in a different color as well.
Oh, these will too. They'll have the tune and toy colors. I think that's what they're doing, but I don't remember these in the tune, but it could have been late season 3 or even Japanese colors from Headmasters or something. I don't know. Please let me know where they showed up in the cartoons. Yeah, but yeah, they'll definitely do both colors. I'm assuming on all of them. So excited to see Trigger Happy. That's the most interesting one out of all of them.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, he's the most interesting jet.
So, and no one else is doing these, so I'm definitely in on that.
Exactly. So let's hope they do them right.
Yes.
So there wasn't a lot of news on the TFCon slides, so I kind of incorporated them into this news cycle. Please let us know down below if you want us to tell you our thoughts on that, but it wasn't anything spectacular besides what I put on here. And first, we have Newage William or Sunstreaker. which looks phenomenal. Not going to pick it up, don't need it, but it really looks good. Like most New Age figures do.
I'm right there with you. Also, a lot of the slides they showed were from previous TFcons, and they mentioned that sometimes after Chinese New Year, a lot of companies don't send in the slides, so that it was a little short, and some of them were things that we had already talked about as well. But this, going back to this, looks really, really good, and I already see a repaint.
I see 2 or 3.
yeah. So this looks really good, and I may be in on it.
Really? But don't you already have? Are you just Sunstreaker not fatigued? You're thirsting for a Sunstreaker because there's not really a good one in any scale? Exactly. Well, I'll
probably get a different color, but yeah.
I wonder what Shattered Glass Sunstreaker looks like. Let us know down below if there is one.
Give me an ignorant green, yes.
That would look good, yeah. New Age also showed off Dick. I have to say, this is probably their weakest release to date. Look at how big the forearms are.
Yeah,
in bot mode. Car mode looks good. Car mode looks great, phenomenal. But in bot mode, the lower legs and the forearms and hands are just way too big.
He has some huge fists.
And maybe in color, it'll look better. But in these images, it looks not like New Age.
Yeah, I can see that. I like that it also comes with the jetpack, which is cool. Yeah, the first thing I noticed was the fist, and the second thing I noticed was those tires. They don't.
You got grippers again.
Right, they don't look as bad as DX9s, but I would have liked to see them a little bit slick. But it still looks good. It would be cool if they did these two together, so I could, figure out if it's a good figure or not, and then still be happy with my Sunstreaker, whichever version I get. I'd be okay with that if they did, two repaints of this.
Do like a 2-pack?
Yeah.
Oh, if they did that, they'd do like G1 Sideswipe with like Shattered Glass Sunstreaker.
Yeah.
So then you'd have to buy 2 packs if you wanted the Shattered Glass colors. So maybe you shouldn't hope for that.
Well, I know they would do that, and I wouldn't be mad if I had to pick up a G1.
Because it's your favorite car.
Because it's my favorite car. Yeah. And even though I have 3 of them now, I wouldn't be mad.
Soon to be 4, because Fantastic Model, Fanstoys, whatever, showed off their Sideswipe, which does look a lot better. Now, you are the Fanstoys guy. What do you think about this?
It looks really good. And the funniest thing about this is the New Age hand looks bigger than this hand.
Oh, definitely in proportion. Yeah.
Yeah. But so I like the way it looks. It looks like it cleans up really well in the back as well. This is another case of bot blocking. I know I talked to a lot of fans who were at TFCon, and they were looking for the DX9, and then all of a sudden, I'm glad I didn't pick it up because they're gonna wait on this.
Yeah. Honestly, no, I would like to see him next side by side, but I think the DX9 one looks cleaner. With all the stuff on the legs and stuff like that. This looks like an old design from a few years ago, in my opinion. It doesn't hold up to some of the other ones that they've come out with recently, in my opinion. Like with all the kibble on the arms and stuff like that, I feel like they've done better, and they're just pulling stuff out of the woodwork to hopefully one day come out with this in 6 years.
I can't necessarily deny that. Again, bot blocking at its finest,
But this car mode is so much better than DX9 or whatever. And you would buy this and probably just have it in car mode and have the other one in bot mode, because this car mode, phenomenal. They also showed off Red Alert, which I believe that's why there's 2 of them there. So I'm sure you are ecstatic to get this because of this car mode alone.
Look at the wheels. You know, that's what I wanted to see. Yes, and look at the tail fin, or
that's
spoiler,
what
rather.
stood out to me. Yeah,
you know, opening doors, opening trunk. Yeah, that's what I want, and this looks beautiful. So yes, I am in for both of these.
Yeah, I think it looks good too. Bingo Toys showed off Tanya, which this is from Deluxe Baldwin's post of the what's it called, the live stream, and it's a Fembot Tarn from Bingo Toys, like I think I already said. I think this is the first Bingo Toys Fembot that I'm going to be skipping. I already have Fembot Tarn. I don't need another one.
Yeah, I'm not too excited about this either. And yeah, I'm probably going to skip out as well.
Yeah, like where's the Dragon Megatron that they were working on? I think both of us would probably pick that up as a Fembot because it's weird and they do amazing work. But this one, it's like, okay, you're just copying somebody's homework a little bit, you know?
Yeah. I'm not too pleased with this. And shout out to Deluxe. It was good seeing him as well. I'm actually mad you didn't use our video footage. You know, see what a con he is.
Well, you know, I wasn't about to go through and looking through all that, so these were already posted. And shout out to our friend Deluxe. Next we have G2 Paragon. What an ugly figure! It definitely is G2.
So this is the crazy repaint.
I know, but it looks horrible. Like, the gold mint does not look good with the teal. It's accurate, whatever. I also do not like that it says Transbots instead of Transformers. Because, you know, the G2 ones have that. I don't like the blue in the back. Yeah, this is fine. If you're collecting G2, I just don't like the color scheme. And Fuzz is one of your worst figures of the year, so I'm definitely not getting the set.
Fuzz is terrible. I am picking this set up. I did, get the Paragon, and I actually like it. It's a fun figure, and I think this might be good as well. And at least it gives me something else to have on the shelf for my G2 collection.
True. I do like this, though. In combined mode, when you don't see all that gross tan or gold or whatever it was, I like these colors with the blue fist, the red, which is going to be on Hotspot. I think combined mode is where this thing shines.
Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at what's different. Yeah. They really did, change a lot of the colors around. It's actually a lighter blue here as well.
Well, yeah, and I was going to say it does look like it's opaque all the way across, which is going to look a lot better than the half see-through, half painted.
Yeah, so the colors are definitely wacky, but that's what G2 was.
They're not wacky enough, though. They should be neon pink, and then you would still pick it up.
Don't do that to me.
Next, we have Iron Factory EX628 Hoshitaki, which is Artfire in the Samurai. Now, Artfire is one of my favorite. It is my favorite version of Inferno, Mold, Grapple, or whatever you want to call it. I'll be passing on this, but I think the colors do look very nice.
I think this looks really good. I'm not a fan of the Samurai series as a whole. I really like the way this one came together. The colors on the bot mode look really good. It doesn't look like a samurai to me, besides the weapon and the, loincloth, I guess.
I'm going to stop you right there. I think he's supposed to be a monk, not a samurai. That's what the weapon is, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's part of the samurai series, I guess.
Okay. Yes.
I guess that's what I mean. Like whatever, I don't know what to call it, but whether it's a samurai or a ninja or a monk,
the feudal
lord,
Japanese. Yeah.
Whatever it is, I think this one doesn't look bad. I really like the colors. I think the alt mode looks really cool as well. I love the tires on that. Those look really cool.
Yes.
And yeah, this looks really good. I won't be picking it up either. I do have Artfire and MP size, so yeah, but this looks really good.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let us know what you think about all these, and we'll be right back with what has been updated. Moving on to the updates, we do have a lot of them, so we're going to speed through a few of these. So if you do want us to talk more about them, please put it down in the comments. First, didn't expect these up for pre-order. Granted, we got Nacelle and Nova Prime, so you could go ahead and get your Nova Prime that people are asking you if you got, and you could get the upgrade set for it as well. I think we both got Nacelle, which we both liked, except for the mold issues that I had. But other than that, good figures. Go get them if you want them.
I don't have anything else to add.
Leo Kaiser got the Nunchaku, which, in my eyes, it has succeeded in everything necessary for Leo Kaiser. The stand's just a bonus.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it stands. Like, their train pods needed to stand. So
I didn't think about that. So if it doesn't stand by itself and you don't get the stand, then that's a little bit of an issue. But I'm pretty sure it'll get there.
Yeah, I think it's going to fully fund.
Yeah. Keeping on with Leo Kaiser, we've got Jaruga, which it shows that it makes that much, but we both saw him just hanging off the back. So I don't know. Loosey-goosey. But I do think this is the best looking individual bot out of all of them. Probably because he does the least amount of combining.
He looks like the best bot, and I like the alt mode as well.
I really like that alt mode, yeah. And even the Cat Jaguar Breastmaster looks pretty decent as well.
Yeah. This would be my my favorite out of all of them. So It looks good.
Okay, I was expecting you to say something else. Moving on to from the best looking individual bot to, in my opinion, the worst individual looking bot, we've got Kill Bison, and that profile is horrible, in my opinion, even in bot mode. Those legs are just way too big. They should have maybe, I don't know if they could have made him collapse a little bit or something like that to make him closer to the body.
That would be an extra $200.
Say that again?
That would be an extra $200.
It probably would be. But this is one of the reasons why I'm not getting this set. I really don't like how this looks. And it gets even worse in tank mode. We throw around the word lazy a lot on this channel. Bobby says I say it. I say Bobby says it. Whatever. Having a leg and you put a gun on it and boom, it's a tank is one of the worst things that I think Hasbro's done in a long time, especially in a HasLab. And it looks crazy in this pose too. He looks so chunky in all the worst ways.
Again, I don't have much to add to it. I don't know what the original looks like. So let me preface my statement by that. I believe
it looks like a tank.
Okay. This, as you said, the alt mode looks just like they just laid the figure down. There's, I don't know if you can turn the gun around.
Yeah, it looks like a legit tank with a double barreled thing. Yeah.
Okay, because I don't know which way is front and which way is back. Besides which way the gun is pointing.
And it doesn't even look like the gun, which is supposed to be a turret, but it doesn't look like that. Doesn't even swivel.
Oh gosh, yeah. So it does look chunky. It looks like a brick that they gave some posability to.
Yeah. So, moving on, we've got the other HasLab. Somebody has in-hand images. I don't know how. This is Twitter or X, whatever, user Quayway. And there's the whole set together, and they look pretty good together. If you like this, good for you. I didn't pick it up. I wish the hands just had a little bit more posability. It's too similar. I think we both said that to the original one to justify us getting it again. But it looks nice.
Right, it does. And do you have something to say?
He's asking why you didn't get it.
You needed dog food. That's why. This is again something what is it, Bluebird or whatever they call it?
Blue Bolt.
Blue Bolt. That is the coolest thing I think about this set because it's the biggest difference from the original.
Completely. And here's I thought this was interesting to see how it scales up. These are really big figures, so I'm happy for everybody that gets this. Let us know how it is. I will be good with my original ones, but this would be a very cool set for fans hobby to tackle. I think they could make a very interesting and cool combiner out of these two.
Yeah, I really dislike the Ultra Magnus on this, and that was
but think about if somebody got it and then redesigned it to make it actually look cool.
I wonder if they would just try to make it look like the G1, and yeah. So I'd probably be out either way, but yeah, this is for anyone who likes it. Happy you got it.
He'd be out until they do a limited repaint somewhere.
Just don't you wish that evil on me?
Oh yes, I will, because I want that. Next up, don't really have much to talk about this. We have Prime One Studio and Joss Nizzi. Overlord Megatron color sample. This is the one we looked at with the scythe before. I don't see Megatron, but it looks cool. I really like on the gun barrel that like burnt effect, like he's been firing his gun a lot.
Yep. The two weapons are amazing. Really like those. I see movie Megatron, which I don't care for, but the details and everything in there on the figure, on the weapons and everything are amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Next, we have the Retro G1 Autobot Gears via TFW user Alvin C. Again, I didn't see anywhere that they bought it somewhere, so I don't know if these are out or not. This is something I see you getting because of the packaging alone. But I do think the new head looks very, very nice.
I'm shaking my head because I'm going to pick this up. I don't really want to pick this up. But this Gears was a really good figure. So, jeez.
Yeah, I think they all look very good together. But I do like the darker blue, honestly, on the 86 or Legacy. I don't remember which line it came in because it seems like they're just mixing them all at this point. But I do like the face on the new one. I know it's not G1, but I do like the whole robotic aesthetic. But I think it's a good figure. Yeah. Don't have it. Don't plan on picking it up, but I think it's good.
Yeah, the figure, the transformation was fun. It was probably one of the few Transformers I flipped back and forth that year.
Yeah. They also showed off Bumblebee, which this is the packaging why I think you're going to be picking it up just to slam it on your wall. And I really wish they gave this guy a new face. It's all silver, even the eyes, I believe, because it's supposed to be reminiscent of the G1 figure, which you can see the missing link right there. And I'm like, so you give Gears a new face, but not Bumblebee. I don't understand that. I think they're both the missing link and this one are trying to do the same kind of thing, and the missing link succeeds in so many more ways. It's all for more. It's not that much more expensive. It's only $15 more. So,
I love the missing link figure. I have it. Very happy with it. I am still a little puzzled why they didn't give it the G1 head as well.
It had to be something with tooling. Like they didn't want to put the new tooling on it or something. Or maybe Gears' face is a different mold than the rest of the head, and this one is all one mold. Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it, but hell, this is all profit for you. All you're doing is putting it in a different package. You could give it the head.
Yeah, well, then it wouldn't be all profit. This figure is all profit. Moving on, we've got YOLO Park, an update to Optimus Prime and Bumblebee from Rise of the Beast. They now will become with their weapons, which is cool.
Yes, it is. Also want to give a shout out to Yellow Park. We will hopefully be able to get them on the channel as well. Talk to them at TFCon. And I'm really excited about that because neither of us collect non-transforming figures. I did grab one, which was really cool, but I'm very interested in kind of the excitement behind it and being able to bring that to some of our members and subscribers who collect non-transforming figures. I think that would be a really good conversation. These don't do anything for me though, because they're also Rise of the Beast.
I completely agree, and I was about to say that. Change these out with the G1 ones, and it's still not my favorite, but I would pick those up rather than these. The Nemesis did look very good and was tempting, but my money went elsewhere.
Oh yeah, if 15 pages of pre-orders down to 2,
Bought. DM Reviews showed off that the 3-0 MDLX Cliff Jumper, the comic book edition, had redesigned feet at TFCon LA.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
Again, these look good. I just don't have anywhere to put them, and I have too many transforming figures to still buy.
Yeah, this one's legs are a little poofy, but it matches their Bumblebee, so
Yeah, it looks good. And it doesn't look like the bug feet.
That's the main thing. Yeah, exactly. So, moving on, we got the Missing Link collection of RCs, and they posted these pictures of them with other Missing Link figures, and it looks like the collection is coming together pretty well. I don't know why they just didn't do one picture with both of them in it when it's the same figures, but this is a big RC, bigger than I was expecting.
Yeah, it is very big. Goes to very, very big. But with the original toy line, scale didn't really matter at all for the toys. So, but seeing her so much bigger than Sunstreaker and is it Cordon?
Yes. Yeah.
It does look different, look weird.
It definitely does. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break before jumping into the third-party stuff because there's a lot of them. So stay tuned, and we will be right back with what was shown off at the TFCon dealer room.
Yes.
First, we have Death Cobra, which is right dead center. It was really cool seeing these in person. This picture's via TFW, and the whole combiner looks good in person. Way too tiny for me, but it looks good.
Yeah, I completely agree. I wish they would have had the alt mode as well, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But it looks really good. I didn't realize how well the colors look together in the whole set.
Yes, they do have a good color dynamic between all of them.
Yeah.
Next up, they showed off Phantom Metalhawk MB32. This was the proto that we both saw in person before it actually went in the case, I believe.
Yep.
And it's a good size, in my opinion. It looks scrawny, which is because they put all the armor on, which I don't like the armor. And that face is nightmare fuel, especially when we see it in the next pictures. But go ahead and talk about this first.
I thought this looks much better in person than it does online. It's very proportionate. It actually looks like a solid figure. It actually looks like it could be an action figure with the proportions. So I was actually pleasantly surprised. I'm not necessarily a fan of the armor, similar to you, and that head does look bad. But it may look better once they clean it up, hopefully.
And here's I think these are renders. Or they digitally colored digital coloring effect. There we go. Like they've done. Fans Hobby tends to do that. I hope that yellow is a gold, and not
mustard
this yellow color. Yeah. Now who knows? Again, digital coloring. They can't get that shiny goldness. But I do think the colors look nice. I'm not a big Metalhawk fan, so I'll probably wait for whatever repaint comes out of this. I don't know. You know, they like their repaints. Maybe we'll get a black repaint, Nemesis repaint, or whatever. I'd be more in on that than this. That gun is huge and a little crazy, but again, if that's what the G1 looked like, I don't remember. It's fine. Yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to be picking this up, though.
The first thing I thought about, because I was actually looking at the gun as well, and all I kept thinking of is it's like it shoots plungers. You know, just that's all I kept thinking was, you know,
like the old like Acme cartoons or whatever.
Yeah, you know, like you got a plunger gun. I like the heroic pose he's in, even though it's very, very boring, but it just looks like, you know, he looks like a superhero with the, you know, the wings on the side, kind of almost looking like a cape. The colors, I don't really have a big love or hate for this character. I may or may not pick it up. I'll probably pick it up. Let me stop lying. I'll probably pick it up, but I do like the way this looks, and hopefully it feels like old Fanstoys or excuse me, Fans Hobby versus some of the new stuff we've gotten.
Yes, I completely agree. And it'll be available in June 2025. That's very soon. So you'll be able to tell us soon. This is take off the head, and honestly, the armor looks kind of cool. But this like human head looks so bad. I'm sorry if to the designers or whatever. I don't. If they made that face silver, I think honestly the armor would look kind of cool, like Ronin Warriors, like we talked about. But it just throws the whole thing off. And maybe people like it. And if you do, please sound off in the comments and tell me how wrong I am. And I'm very happy that you like this. Not for me. The armor would be left in the box.
Well, no, this to me they're spot on with this because it's a pretender, and
it might be spot on, but that doesn't mean I gotta like it.
No, I'm saying when you said that people.
Well, because they've been mixing pretender shells for a while in Hasbro, like Skullgrin and whatnot. They mixed the pretender shell and the alt mode, and I think those actually come out pretty good. I just don't like the human faces. I've never liked them. The monsters, fine. Humans, So
yeah, but this is what they were. This is when I stopped collecting, you know, the original Transformers, because I thought this was stupid to have a Transformer be this huge human. You know,
well, I think they were supposed to shrink down.
They were. When I finally saw the cartoon, I saw that, but you know, not watching the cartoon or seeing the cartoon and seeing the toy, I was just like, this is stupid. But I think it's pretty spot on. I mean, the facial expression, I guess, could have been there, or you know, he does.
I think that's what it is. It's such just a nothing face expression that if it had some sort of grit to it, that would be better.
Yeah, he looks like, you know, plug in any, you know, human action figure from the 80s or 90s, and
definitely not the 90s. He'd have some scowl on his face in the 90s.
Okay, so yeah, he just looks like, I'm here.
Yeah. I think what they should have done is made a little MicroMaster of this and worked on making the other mold better and bigger and more powerful, which I think is what the anime is like, if I'm not mistaken, than this. So, yeah, I'll be skipping on this.
Yeah. This doesn't. Oh gosh.
Moving on, we've got Astro Flame, which we've talked about kind of in depth. We've already seen these pictures. It looks good in all mode.
Jesus, this is coming out next month.
Supposedly. Limited to 600. And here we finally see the head, and it has the Astro Train head, which I really have to think if I'm going to pick this figure up or not, because it is not the head I wanted. And I don't like the mold. It's Astro Train. I wanted it to be Space Warp, and it just doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't look good. Looking at this, the paint looks good, but like the figure itself looks like Pac-Man with arms and legs.
Pac-Man.
Like the 90s Pac-Man that you play and you'd run around and jump and collect stuff, not the old one. That's what I see this as.
We both didn't like the Jetfire release from Fans Hobby. The colors on this look good. I'm in begrudgingly.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll probably pick it up because I have the other two, but I would never put it in this mode. So
I actually like this mode.
I think they look better individually. And then what are you going to do with his pants? Just put it off to the side? Like, I don't like that aspect of it.
Yeah, he's too tall to fit in my case, so that's why I haven't combined any of them. But I do like the way
it sounds like you need to put him in your combiner shelf or something.
He's too small to go on one of my combiner shelves, and he's too big to go on a regular shelf. So
all I hear is excuses.
I'll have to. I mean, maybe once I buy these additional cases, and hopefully before I fill them up, I can do that. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them because I don't really love the Jetfire.
Yeah, I don't know either. Disappointing. Next, in the case, they showed off. I think you call this weapon of mass destruction. I probably couldn't pronounce his real name, but it looks good.
We really should do a After Dark, but I think he should take on the name of one of those side swipes.
Moving on, X-Trans Bots and BotCon showed off the Spectre General card, which looks really good. I don't know if this is going to be exclusive for BotCon or if they're just showing it off. Who knows? I'm interested in this figure, but if I remember right, you hated the transformation on this, correct?
There was one part that I didn't like, and that was connecting the waist, or was it the chest? Something in the back. I didn't really like the way it snapped in. I pre-ordered this at the last BotCon, so this should be out hopefully before the next BotCon. But I like the way this looks. I like the colors. I like the face. It looks really cool. Has a cool weapon, I think, that comes with it. So
yeah, and why I was thinking about getting it is because they showed off that it's going to be getting his original sword from the BotCon one. So I don't know how big this is. Is it going to look like a dagger in his hand? Is it going to look like a good-sized sword? Who knows? But I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, I know you had issues with that figure. So I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or not. You had multiple issues.
I had multiple
issues. You see, issues are different than transformation issues.
Yeah, I have 3 of them. So I only had issues with the one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I'll pick it up. We'll see. I'm not in yet, and the price I think was a little too much for what I would be willing to pay for this figure.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool.
Moving on, we've got Fanstoys Gaudy, and I don't know what they're talking about. There is not enough gold on this to be called Gaudy. But it looks fine. I mean, honestly, I really don't like the legs. They're animation accurate, but they look so bad in my eyes with that thing hanging off the foot. But again, animation accurate. That's what they're going for. The alt mode looks a lot better than the other one.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if it's finished. I'm assuming it is.
It looks finished compared to some of the other ones we're about to look at.
Well, I don't like the gray going into the green on the foot. I would want that whole foot piece to be green.
Okay, and I think that would look better.
Yeah,
but this is. I remember I looked it up when they showed this. This is what the tune looks like.
And I remember that as well. And I was just looking at the box for my G1, and I'm like, I thought it was all green, but yeah, it's probably. I think we did say that, and I just don't like the way it looks like there's a random piece of green on his foot.
Yeah, I almost feel like the legs, instead of being silver, should be like green and black or something like that, or silver thighs with like from the knee down be green or something.
Yeah.
I think that would look better. But I do see some gaps on the side of the alt mode where you see some of that silver poking through. Again, don't know if that's accurate or not. If it's accurate, great. If it's not, not so great.
Yeah, from the chest up, it looks great.
I agree. Yes.
From or midsection up, it looks good. When you start getting to the legs, and it's like, okay.
I would even say from the knees up.
No, yeah, I guess I could say. Yeah,
I would say from the knees up, I think it looks good.
Yeah,
it's just
the feet. Once you start getting to,
I don't like that.
Yeah, the alt mode looks good as well.
And here he is with the two people we'll be talking about next, and they scale well together.
Yes.
And let's move on to those. First, we've got Calatrava. Okay, and like you said, these are famous architects, if I'm not mistaken, from what you've said in previous videos. And what do you think about this?
It looks very stable, and I mean,
you're trying to find something because you don't like the way it looks.
No, it's not even so much that. I don't think it looks better than the X Transbots version.
I think it looks worse than the X Transbots version. Maybe not in alt mode, but like something about the bot mode doesn't look right. Like the arm and shoulder area just looks a little wrong. I don't know. Again, could be completely too inaccurate, but I feel like the X Transbots one's just cleaned up a little nicer.
Yeah, I do too, and I don't know. I wouldn't even say that the alt mode looks better.
I don't remember what the alt mode on X Transbots looks like, but I remember really liking that one because this one doesn't even have a dump truck.
I'm wondering. That's what I was wondering if the bed actually works, and this could be just because it's a test shot. They didn't.
Well, this is 3D image. They did have a test shot, but there wasn't any interesting poses that they showed off.
Right. So so that makes me wonder. But yeah, there's nothing here that says it's so much more amazing. I'm picking it up, and we'll be talking about it, but these renders don't do anything for me to get me excited where I'd be like, oh, I'm getting rid of my X Transbots.
Yeah, I completely agree. And here we have Mixmaster, which we can't compare to anybody but what is it, Mecha Invasion, because they're the first ones to show it off. I do like this options you can have. I think the big missiles is toy accurate. The little thing is toon accurate, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I do like it. I really always liked Mixmaster with the missiles over his head. Again, not my favorite styling because like the legs and stuff are a little too toon for me, but it's doing a good job doing what it's supposed to be. I can't tell what's on the forearms or the right here, but it does look like what we would yell at Hasbro for waffling.
Oh yeah.
But maybe it's a ladder. I can't tell from these images. But if that is waffling, that would be a little crazy. But I'm pretty sure it's like a ladder or something.
Yeah, it does look like a ladder. This looks good. This bot mode looks good. Out of all, well, the scrapper looked good from the front. And then as you start going to the back, it fell off. The hook we've kind of talked about just recently. The long haul looks good. This looks, I think, to be the best out of all four we've seen, we saw right as well, and this looks better than that one.
I think from the front, there looks like there's a lot of stuff hanging off of his back.
I do see something hanging off his back.
Well, and that's the whole front of the cab.
The front of the cab.
Look at how big it is in this picture.
It does look like he has he's carrying a tent, like the big,
exactly. Yeah,
the big camping backpack. That would be unfortunate, but this looks, the alt mode looks really good. The foot looks really cool. I'm curious because also on his back you don't see the mixer, or at least you don't the
from these pictures. What if it's just hanging out there?
Yeah, but I mean even this like the size, it looks so square in the back. That
That's what I'm saying. What if there's a square backpack and it's hanging off behind it?
that would be bad.
Or if you remove it from transformation.
That would be
all speculation.
Yes, all
Not saying I know what it is, but so it's interesting though, because if it does collapse into it, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean they've collapsed Motormaster's trailer into a backpack, so and that's
never know.
Amazing.
Yeah. So who knows? But here's the completed Devastator images. It looks okay. I still, from what we've seen with X-Transbots, I don't think this is crazy amazing. Now we do have several pictures, so we'll go through them one by one. But I don't think this still beats it.
Something that's throwing me off, and it's the Motormaster Mixmaster's foot, the combined mode of the foot. How the windshield turns into the inside of the leg, and it's automatically a gap because the windshield is slanted.
Yeah,
I don't really like that.
Yeah.
I wish it was more flush and that slanted part was at the front of the vehicle of the foot.
Again, that's probably more tune accurate to have it be flat versus have the front of the vehicle. I don't know.
I don't know either. I think it looks good though. I do think it looks good. It cleans up really well in the back. It looks superb. Actually, it looks really, really good. Very tune accurate on the dump truck being on the back like that. The scrapper, or I guess his name is Right, not scrapper, scavenger or Right, looks like he condenses a lot. I mean, there's no evidence of that shovel being there in his arm mode. That looks really, really good. I'm very curious on how they do that. So I think it cleans up very, very well.
Yeah, I have to say, I agree as well. I really like the dump truck in the back on his butt. Looks better than a lot of the other ones we've seen. So all in all, this is pretty good. Comes with different chests, so you could, I think, shorten them or make them bigger, which is actually really good for posing. You can make one shorter, have his arm out, and then have the other one bigger to have that more accurate look. Has some very strange faces. That first one is the one that I better see on your Devastator.
Oh,
yeah.
It looks like a villain from Scooby-Doo.
It does. But the head looks fine. And I like that you can give glasses or no glasses depending on what you want. So, will you be displaying it with glasses or without?
Probably with glasses.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah, I don't know what color eyes he should have. He got some baby blues or some brown eyes or something like that. But pretty brown eyes. I just wonder if the glasses if it's one option to have them on, or if you can take the glasses, which I'm pretty sure you're probably not going to be able to take the glasses off of each head. But it looks like there's only one face without.
I think they're faces. I don't think it's a new head.
I'm sorry, I meant faces.
Yeah. If I had to wager a guess, it's probably that whole forehead piece that comes off. You put the glasses on, you put the forehead piece back on. If I would to wager a guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just one. It looks like just one face without the glasses. So.
Yeah, that's what I would assume. And he's gonna get drill arms, so that's cool. And the drill arms look very from what I remember, they look very non-tune accurate and more like old MP. Well, the rest of it's very tune accurate. I could be wrong, but I don't remember. I remember just drills sticking out of the black parts. But happy to have him nonetheless.
I don't even remember the episode where he had drill arms. So I just remember seeing that when I got a MP toy. So very recent.
Yeah, it looks good though.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Dreamstar Toys, and we've got their long haul. And the alt mode is very interesting. So what do you think?
It's very interesting. I like the red window.
Yes.
I guess on the left side, the opening underneath, I can't tell really what's going on there. I like the red lights in the alt mode. it looks like weapons on the top with those, the gray pieces. It looks like they're some kind of laser beams, which is kind of cool.
I was thinking lights.
That's probably what it is. I like laser beams more.
Why not both?
That's true. But it just, boring is not the word I want to use, because it's not boring, but it doesn't excite me. There's nothing about it that says ooh, I do like the colors, but
yeah, no, the word I would use is messy. The front doesn't look like one full front. You could see the two halves on it. If you look at the side view, you see all this gappage, especially by that front wheel. There's no wheel well. You can see the purple through it. I don't know what's going on with those back wheels and why they're on the inside. Maybe it's mistransformed. I don't know. You already mentioned on this, next to the cockpit, that just looks messy, and maybe that's lighting, but it looks like there's just random bits and bobs. Also, if from the side view, the cockpit doesn't look like an actual cockpit. It looks like you just see tabs. I kind of like the detail on the side of the dump truck, though. The triangles are pretty cool, but it just looks messy overall. And honestly, I would have been disappointed if I was in on the set and they showed this off.
This I think is going to be my least favorite of the three that they've shown off in alt mode, at least.
I completely agree with you. I think the other two alt modes have been stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Crane, Hook, maybe not as stellar as the first one, but this one is, I think, a step below that. And I think the bot mode is also a few steps below, because it doesn't look like long haul at all. There are no hints of long haul in this design, whether it be the head or he's big and brawny. He's bigger in the legs. He is in the arms, which I feel like should be opposite with long haul. And the combined mode, though, looks pretty good. So I'll give it to them there. I think that's what they were going for, because, like you said, you could put these in your collection as brothers of the Constructicons and put Autobot symbols on them, and they're their nemesis or something like that, and they would be perfectly fine, because this doesn't look like long haul at all.
Yeah, this doesn't. It actually doesn't even really look like a character. It looks like it can just be a random droid figure
in the background or something.
Background.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like the lights or the red on his shoulder. That gives it some pop, and I like the red accents on his arm and on his waist. Yeah. I like that pop of red. The purple looks great. I think the purple is placed very, very well, on his chest and on his upper arm. I think it really shines how it comes together. Even the gray going into the legs and the separation of the green from the waist to the green in the legs. I think it looks great in bot mode. It just doesn't, as you said, look like a long haul or, even a Constructicon. The transformation looks night and day to me. This doesn't look like it would transform into a dump truck,
which has its own merits. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's good. I think this looks good in bot mode. The combined mode, I like how they gave it the purple waist instead of the typical green waist that we see. It reminds me of Incredible Hulk, kind of when he has the purple, shorts that tear. So I think that it looks really good combined. It looks like the combined mode looks very. It almost looks like he has two evil eyes on his chest too. I don't know if you see that. Underneath, they're little half circles on each side.
Yes. Now that's, I'm not going to be able to unsee it.
And
he just infected all of you watching with that too.
Yeah.
But I do think this looks good.
Yeah. I like it.
And here he is with the other two. The other two, I still think, surpass this one.
Yeah, and stay tuned. We will have the review on the Hook. We started it in LA and got too busy, so we're just going to redo it and finish it for you all.
And here's Megatron. I really don't like how this looks.
Yeah,
I don't like how the purple looks like he's wearing a can dress or something like that. That's all I see. And I'm assuming the legs are going to be part of another figure. But I don't like this.
It almost looks like Grimlock's feet.
Yes, yeah.
They look very bulky, and he looks like he looks like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's cool that they added it in. I just wish maybe they made him all purple and made it not Megatron. Made it like Constructibot number 9 or something like that. I think that would have been much better.
Well, what gets me about this is, and this goes back to the G1, at one point the Constructicons made Megatron, and then at another point Megatron made the Constructicons. So I like the idea of them making him, and this is why he came with the set like this. That's pretty cool. And then you have the two halves where you can actually make it seem like they're building him. So I like that aspect.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Collection Space showed off their Starscream. Star Queen is what they're called. Oh, that's actually a good name for her. This looks great. I won't be picking this up, though. I can't think of a funny name. Skywarp.
Yeah, we talked about this last year. I'm in for it. Looks good. I don't think we have to spend a lot of time on it. Yeah. I mean, it looks good.
It looks good. Still looks the same.
Yeah. No new pictures that they show.
Again, with this, I guess Lord of Ventagon has an updated head from Robot Toys. Didn't know there was anything wrong with the other head, but hey, if this is more accurate, great.
Yeah, you would know better than I. If it comes with it, cool. Who knows if I'll switch it out if it does, but
or this might just be the updated head for the figure.
Or either way.
Which way, great.
Fine, yeah.
Mechanical Skull Studio showed off some more of the Armada Demolisher, and they showed it off with the Minicon.
Yeah, the crowd was pretty excited. It actually woke me up, so I did fall asleep in the third-party panel.
Of course.
And the crowd cheered for this and woke me up, so it's cool. I won't be picking it up, but I think you should. And
oh no. I really do like Demolisher, but he's gonna look so tiny next to all my other figures. So
that's okay.
No. It's cool. It looks great.
It does. It looks really good.
Maybe they'll do a what's it called, Magic Square, and upsize these, and then I'll pick it up. And don't lie, you'll probably pick it up as well.
I mean, it's one of those things that I wouldn't be excited if it got released, but on a slow month in MP size, I'd be like, okay, let me go ahead and grab it.
Yeah.
Or I'll grab it eventually.
Exactly, yeah. Next up, we have Dr. Wu's E18E. What is this one called again? There it is. Evil Dragon. Or Gigatron.
This is so cute. I do have this ordered, and hopefully it should be here soon. I think it's really cute. And the little, what is it, full tilt?
Yeah, there you go.
He looks cute. His head looks really big compared to the body, but that's fine, as well as a little SD there. I like the horn on him. So yeah, I did order this because I don't have anything that resembles this in my collection.
Yep, you'll have to tell me how it is because I am not picking this up. Fool me once. Next up, we have O1 Studios Catastrophe via Mang Motion or Spicy Animation. So they showed off the... we already saw the transformation video, but now he released pictures. And honestly, this one looks so much better than Dreamstar in my eyes as a stylized version of Devastator. Yeah, this looks very, very nice.
And I'm right there with you, and just because I still haven't put him up from when we showed him off, I think these are going to be great. I can't wait to get this. I can't say for sure because we don't have them all, but I think this is the set that I've been most excited for. Yeah,
I mean, it's the most unique set so far, and you just like the size, let's be honest.
No, I mean, I do like. I didn't know it was going to be this big until I got it, but I did think that it was so unique. I love the details, I
Yeah,
love the
just you can
colors.
just see it like in the
Yeah.
inside of his legs and all the caution tape. It's very nice.
Yeah,
The one
like
thing I wish they used a different thing than yellow on like the scoop, just because that's gonna get lost. I remember when you were showing off long haul, some of those got lost in translation. But maybe when you have it in hand, it's a different story.
I like the light bar across the scoop at the top of the
Mhm.
scoop. I mean, it's just little things here and there that just
The
make
clear
it stand out.
plastic in his chest is very neat too.
Yeah, you know, that would be really cool. I mean, they probably didn't, but that'd be really cool if like there was some light effects right there, and it kind of like, you know, looked like it was like a weapon of his or something like that. I don't know, but it just looks really cool.
Or just lights when they're like, at night building something.
Yeah,
I mean, that would make sense for a construction bot to have. Would just have the light source. But anyways, these look great. Let us know your thoughts below on these.
Yeah.
This got me excited. Fans Hobby showed off a G2 Megatron prototype. They have been teasing this for about 5 years now. And then I saw it, and I think it still looks good, but this does not blow me away. This is definitely an older mold that they never put out. So, not completed yet. No, really. Sorry, I just read that. I'm hoping this turns out really good. I always like G2 Megatron. Oh, and you can see MB10. You can see how long ago it was. I didn't even think about that. What are they on?
25.
22 is Astroflame. So 32 is Metal Hawk. Yeah. So that shows you how long this has been in development. I don't know why. I think this will sell very well. G2 Megatron is a very popular G2 figure, and there's a lot of repaint potential. I will probably pick this up.
This will make me have to rearrange all my cards on the wall because it's so early. Yeah, it's fine. I remember as a kid just getting pissed off when they came out with Megatron as a tank. So it's fine, and I'll pick it up, and they'll probably repaint it into Galvatron and all the other stuff.
They would probably do other stuff than Galvatron. I would, but there's a lot of repaint potential, and I'm okay with G2 Megatron being a tank in that gaudy green and purple color scheme. I can't imagine a G2 Megatron being a gun.
No.
You know, I can't imagine that, and that's okay. I understand as a kid you might have been disappointed, but they probably will do a G1 Megatron repaint of this down the line. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, and you know, I'm still getting the ramen toy one, you know, so.
Yeah, but that doesn't transform. They don't.
Yeah, true. I'll have them next to each other.
Speaking of 6-inch figures, we've got VEO2 update from Fans Hobby. I guess an extra canopy is being considered for this set. So I guess I don't think it comes with a canopy, or this is a new canopy. I don't know enough about the toy, but it's cool to have options.
It looks like Wolverine sitting in the cockpit.
It is Hugh Jackman. They got his likeness.
Okay.
I'm just joking. I don't know.
It could be. I think it looks good. I'm not a Joe collector, but I will be going to Joe Fest this August, I think it is, in Augusta, and hopefully seeing what they have out there. I know the Chosen Prime will be there, and you know, who knows what they might have related to G.I. Joe.
Sounds like you're going to start collecting them.
Nah, I'll just come pick up the ramen exclusives.
Lastly, Magic Square Toys showed off their dual Versus set of 6-Shot and Magnus.
These look good. These look really good.
They do look good. I want to see them in color, because right now they look like every other Legends 6-Shot and Magnus. Color might change that.
Very true. And who knows what colors we'll get. You know, little tweaks we'll get.
Well, it's Magic Square, so I think we're only going to get 2 colors. We're going to get the dual set special colors and then the individual colors. They don't really do repaints from what I remember.
Well, yeah, that's what they announced, that they were going to do some special,
like,
you know, colors.
When they're sold together, it's going to be different from the other one.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. And yeah, I might be in on this.
it's probably just going to be metallic paint or something like that.
Yeah, I may be in on this set because I haven't really loved any of the 6 shots I've gotten.
Yeah. I don't need a Legend 6 shot. It looks good, but I don't need it. I'm good with what I have. So this looked good, though. I will tell them that.
It looks really good.
So we already talked about Bingo Toys, and let's continue the topic with their Strafe or Hertz. What do you think of this, Mr. Computron?
This looks good in color. Oh, my Atlanta. Yeah, I remember when we saw it. I think it was in Baltimore.
It was in Baltimore.
The gray coloring didn't look that good. It looked really chunky. This looks really good. Oh, I'm super excited again.
This makes me want to get the whole set, but I will at least get this figure. Bingo Toys does some great work. Unless their Jezzy is horrible, which I don't think it's going to be. This was always my favorite one because I had it as a kid, the only one I had as a kid. So I will definitely be picking this one up by itself. And maybe the whole set just because I think they all look actually pretty cool. Speaking of that, we got Afterburner, which Lightspeed was your favorite, not this one. But this one looks phenomenal in both modes as well.
Yeah, I wish it was more of a motorcycle or 2-wheel motorcycle. But I guess
Does he have 3 wheels?
No.
The G1 toy?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I'm going to look it up. You just keep talking.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. But the for stability purposes, I guess it will stay up with the 2 wheels.
Yeah, it has 2 wheels. You are correct.
Yeah. But it looks really
well, it's
good.
probably because it splits, and you get one on each side.
I don't know. Who knows? It looks really good. I'm here for this as well. Depending on how the front looks, if there's something in between. I mean, I can see the rim of the far wheel. So hopefully there's not too big of a gap in between, or hopefully they connect maybe with a little piece. So it just looks like it's one big wheel that just looks like 2 wheels.
I'm okay with it having 3 wheels because it's Computron and they're all not normal vehicles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's fine for me personally. I think this looks great. And here are their arm modes. And it looks like they actually transform into the arms, if I'm not mistaken. Unlike so it's not at least a frame on the arms. And this looks like it's shaping up very, very, very nicely.
Yeah.
And arriving in 2025 as well.
Yes, let's finish this. That would be so cool. I know you're excited too.
Yes. Bingo Toys has done some really good stuff, so we'll have to see if they keep it up. And Bobby's going to have to go ahead and change his underwear, and we'll be right back with what's incoming and recently released. Moving into incoming, we have Wave 1 of the Voyager and Leader of Age of the Primes. We're in Australia, so that means they will be coming to the US soon. But if you're in Australia, go pick them up. This was recently released for you. And this is via TFW user Joe Master 2, I believe that is. So yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of space in that Megatronus box.
That's the only
and you can see like the little wrapping that they used.
Yes.
And I'm like, why didn't they put that on the other side where you didn't see it? Like, I feel like I would love it if they could shrink the Leader class size box down a little bit. I get why they do it because Target probably wants it to look bigger because it's more expensive. But I think if they shrunk the box down, it'd look a lot nicer.
Or if they made the figure bigger, I'd go with that.
Well, we know that's not going to happen.
But like, look how full Red Alert looks in the box.
Uh-huh.
You know,
this is big tatas touching at the top.
Yeah, those are some big headlights for real. Yeah. So that's what I noticed as well. But I am looking forward to that figure. Either way, hopefully in the next month or 2.
That's what I'm hoping for. And Galvatom on TFW already got Red Alert in, and they put the original Minicon on it. Isn't that sad? This Minicon looks way too big for this mold, because the mold's a lot smaller than the original one. I really don't like those holes on the side of the alt mode. I wish they like painted them in with red. That might have been hard to plug things in and out. You know what I mean? But y'all just don't. You don't even need those. You know what I mean? For this figure. It looks fine though. From this angle, it looks okay. I'm sure if you tilted it a little bit and he has the shockwave chest going on, it'd look a little crazy. It's a faithful reproduction of the original one, but I'm out. I mean, I was already out, so
Yeah,
maybe on sale for like $15, which we've gotten Voyagers on sale that deep before. If it goes on that sale, then I might be in.
You again repeated what I was thinking. I don't like the holes on the side, and again, I know that's for blast effects and weapon storage and all that other stuff, but I think if they would have painted them red, as you mentioned, it would look cohesive going throughout as a stripe versus, just two holes on the side of the vehicle.
Yeah. So let us know what you think about Red Alert down below. And we got Magic Square Night Tracer, which still looks like Legos, but it does look better in these pictures. It's very posable. I don't like his backpack. Literal, backpack that he's going to school with. I wish they looked more like guns, but I'm sure that's too inaccurate.
This looks beautiful. I'm so happy that we're getting this in the MP scale. I like the different colors on the legs, like the yellow that breaks up the black on the legs. He looks so posable. I think the weapons look really
the green?
cool. Is that green?
Yeah, it's like an army green.
Okay, that too then. On the picture on the left, it looks yellow.
Oh, because of the light shining on it.
Right,
I see. I was looking at the other one, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the weapon for him, is not overly big, so it looks like, a gun that fits his size. I'm really excited about this. This looks amazing.
Yeah, I think it looks okay. It looks like, I say that because it looks just like the Legends class figure, with a few little bits and bobs. There's not much of a difference, which is a good thing, but it is what it is. The alt mode, though, is very, very clean. Still don't like his backpack, but it is very nice.
Yeah, this looks good as well. I wonder if they, not to say we would know who it would go with, but if they give it a city base mode, with this. But
yes,
yeah, I think this looks really good still. I don't know how, the hinge that's holding up the guns. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily like how that looks, but that's again me nitpicking. But I think otherwise this thing looks perfect all the way around, and it's big enough to carry Brawl. That's a big bed.
Yes, yeah, I think this looks good. It may be if they do Ruination, I'd be interested, but definitely not a Bruticus.
Yeah.
Next, we have Newage H35B Argus, which is Shatterglass Shockwave, and I do think this is the better of this one and Dr. Wu. I know Dr. Wu's smaller, but I do like the dark blue with the yellow versus that bright baby blue. This looks phenomenal, though.
Yeah. I like the red in the head as well. I
didn't mention that. Yeah.
I do have this pre-ordered, so yeah, I'm waiting on this to come. This looks really, really good.
Yeah, agreed. On to recently released. The first thing is AMT Rodimus, which I was able to see live at TFCon, and these pictures do not do it justice. All the different shades of red and stuff. Still don't think it's worth the $200, $250 price that I've been seeing floating around for a figure that's as tall as the Mandalorian. But it is very, very nice.
It's very, very nice. Yeah, when we saw this at TFCon, as you said, the pictures don't do it any justice. The reds and stuff, it is a beautiful, beautiful looking figure. I was on the fence, I was out, I was back on the fence, and then when we interviewed Chosen Prime, he mentioned that this was figure of the year, and I was just like, what? And then seeing it, the the paint on it could definitely be paint of the year.
I wasn't expecting the pink in his torso.
Yeah.
Which really helps bring out some of the. It's like a metallic reddish pink, and it really brings out some of the details.
Yes. So I may or may not have picked this up.
Everybody knows what that means. Let's finish this up with some upgrade sets for Animated, Prime, and Motormaster. They have Motormaster colors as well. This is now out, so you can go ahead and fill in all those gaps, which is great. I'm good.
I'm good too. I bought the DNA kit for the upgrade, and that's about all that Motormaster is going to get.
He's not even getting that over here. For Quake, they have some arm fillers and some other random little tidbit fillers too. So.
These look good.
They do, yeah.
And I don't have a Quake.
Moving on, we've got Straxus. They gave him the same thing that they gave Galvatron, where you could flip that up, put the hand in, and flip it back over, which should have already been included, but whatever.
My Straxus is still hanging upside down in his box because they put him in there upside down. I haven't opened it yet, so don't need these yet.
You definitely don't, and I don't think you're going to be paying like $13 for these.
Negative.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. That is everything. Thank you for watching this supersized episode. If you've watched this far, you must like us a little bit, so go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below and hit the bell. We have some really interesting things coming out. Let us know if you want to print at bobversuscon@gmail.com. And other than that, we'll see you in the next one.
Yes. Sorry to be gone for so long, but let's go get some sleep, James. Till all debates are won, we'll see you all next time.